Rama Rama Hare Hare. De vuelta en Vindakunja. De vuelta en la casa de Gauranga Radha Braja Mohan. Y un abrazo a todos los devotos que llegan a vernos en el YouTube o en el Facebook o donde sea. La vida, el trajín de la vida, las tristezas de la vida cuando un ser querido nos deja, la alegría de la vida si el ser que nos dejó tuvo algún acercamiento a Krishna, comía prasada, asociaba con devotos o cualquier cosa que le hizo apegarse a los devotos, porque el apego a los devotos es todo lo que tiene valor en la vida.
No mucho, poquito no. Poquito nomás. Muri.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
all.
Hare Krishna, Vaibhavji. How did you pass your days in Vrindavan?
I went to Belvan, I went to Mardivan, I went to Radhapur, Ramanreti, Rawal, Govardhan.
Did a nice parikrama.
Yeah.
What is your report? Oh, in Good. Going on. ¿Qué es esto? Oh, gracias. Sri Kadasi Palanki Jai. Tengo mi gafa en la bolsa. Yudhishthira Guerrero. So what was your impression in your visits? Belvan, all these things. Were they very clean or very
No,
dirty?
they are not very clean. They are not at all clean.
That is the problem we have to face. To make a little seva for Radharani.
Yes.
Yesterday, Padmanabha Maharaj spoke to me.
Padmanabh Swami?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And he said that the contacts you have, you may also request for his authorized project, since we don't have yet any registration with the Darpan.
Yes.
So he said, that was his proposal, that because for us to get ours, he's also ready to help us to make our own ATG Darpan registration. Darpan?
ATG, Darpan, 12A,
Yes.
and 3 years of CSR trust deed, and 3 years of some CSR. I don't know what he's told me, but some paper is required, and PAN card of the trust. PAN card, because without PAN card the money won't be disbursed. So he came yesterday, we had a 5-minute talk, and he said he has CSR, 12A, Darpan, ATG, 3 years of that CSR.
Yeah, he has all these things, and originally I was not aware that his usage of the funds is restricted to his old people home, Vaishnava old people home he wants to make. which is also a beautiful seva. And it also mentions children in his trust, but children and it requires other permits and to schooling and all that. So therefore, he proposed if we start using his trust to mobilize the connections, because to do it for ourselves, it'll take us minimum 3-4 years. Right?
It's because the person,
Which is a very long delay.
the person who is in this organization, I talked to him personally, and he told me he's more than happy to help, provided all the papers are in place. So without paper, even he can't do anything.
But the paper in place means a 3-year trust.
Yes.
I mean, the 3-year trust, we have the trust, the Rajvendavan Eknav Trust.
We have 2 Rajvendavan Eknav Trust.
With 2 bank cards, with 2 accounts.
The one with in Delhi, with
One is with our team and the other one Ajay did.
the Ajay team, because in our team there's foreigners,
Yeah.
and that will be a disqualification.
Yes.
So I talked to Ajay, and Ajay said, since the thing has been silenced so long, no declaration has been done, it would be almost more trouble to. I don't know if those years silence would count as the running years.
What I suggest, Prabhuji, is we make a deal with Padmanabh Swami's trust, because he is functioning.
Yeah, he knows how to do the things.
And
Otherwise, sorry, Gurudev, we could also use the Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math Trust.
Who knows if that trust has all
We
the.
have to ask to Swarup Damodar.
I doubt they have all this.
I
This is high sophisticated. I don't. We can ask, but I don't think so.
when I talked to Padmanabh Swami yesterday, he told me very clearly and explicitly that while registering the trust, he was having this CSR thing in the mind.
Uh-huh.
He was already prepared for, to get the CSR fund. Also, he told me he is having funding through the letter of Hema Malini, local MP, from the Steel Authority of India.
Yeah, that was his idea. His contact was the Steel Authority of India.
So the good thing is, when we are going for any trust, because see, people can give you 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 donations. But when it is for the corporations, they give you big donations, and that comes in the form of CSR.
Yes.
So in order to get CSR, we need to register the trust in the way it should be registered for CSR, for the
Yes.
documents required by CSR. I think you can chalk out a plan with Padmanabh Swami, which benefits both of you, because he is living here, so there will be direct communication also.
Yes. And we are not against his program of making a place shelter for old devotees.
Right.
But,
This is also a nice service.
but we could also ask him if he can add in his trust,
He can't. I already asked that.
because
He can't.
Gurudev, if we are working with his idea, as we already saw, he doesn't have a real master plan for it. His documentation as master plan is not well developed. That means that we will have to make the plan for him. And that will require a lot of effort for some project that is not ours actually. Plus the one we have to do for our own idea.
When I asked him,
Well, as an idea, we could suggest to him that one part of the engagement for the old people is to organize the cleaning of Braj.
yes, that can be an idea.
Because what more important for old people to have some engagement to keep them happy.
Yes.
That is an idea comes up. Okay, we will talk with him later. Today he went to Delhi for his registration. You're leaving when?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. So we have time tomorrow to discuss things with him. So let's have our morning reading. Srila.
One more thing, Gurudev.
Did you break your Ekadasi yet?
Okay.
Here, there's a grain for breaking Ekadasi. Go take it.
One more thing, Gurudev. When I asked him yesterday about the plans which you guys have for Yamuna cleaning, he very clearly stated that, see, this job we can't take. We can take a job of cleaning some places of Braj, but cleaning Yamuna is a task which government can only do. It will not be feasible for a small trust to clean, the Yamuna thing. So that was his idea. That was the reason he registered his trust.
He told me yesterday,
Yes.
from his trust, he can give some donations, like 10% of what he's getting for these type of services. But now my idea just came to me that he can incorporate in his activity for the old people to do Braj Seva.
After all, that is a Vraj Seva trust.
Yes, and why an old person wants to live in Vrindavan if he has no interest in Vrindavan? That may be possible, but let's talk with him directly tomorrow, and we have another meeting together. So you will decide what we're going to talk today. This is this special message. If Ram is here, Ram slept here, Echuna Milad is here this time. Yudhishthira, venga. Ese es de la despedida. Ay, cuando nos veamos. Muy pronto. En algo. Ya siento México bajo mi piel. Okay. We are reading today from Kapila's instruction to Devahuti about devotional service. This is the third canto, chapter 28, text number 44. Sasmat imam svam prakritim daivim sat asat atmikam durvi bat bhavyam para bhavya swarupen na vatishtate. Translation: thus the yogi can be in the self-realized position after conquering the insurmountable spell of Maya, who presents herself as both the cause and effect of this material manifestation, and is therefore very difficult to understand. You choose a very difficult verse. Srila Prabhupada explains, by his mercy, it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that the spell of Maya, which conveys the knowledge of the living entity, is insurmountable. However, one who surrenders unto Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, can conquer this seemingly insurmountable spell of Maya. Here also it is stated that the Daivi Prakriti, or the external energy of the Supreme Lord, is Durvi Bhavaya, very difficult to understand. There's one verse in the Bhagavad Gita. About this. We will find that in a moment. One must, however, conquer this insurmountable spell of Maya, and this is possible by the grace of the Lord. When God reveals himself to the surrendered soul, it is also stated here, Svarupena Vatishtate. Svarupa means that one has to know that he is not the Supreme Soul, but rather part and parcel of the Supreme Soul, that is self-realization. To think falsely that one is the Supreme Soul and that one is all pervading is not Svarupa. This is not realization of his actual position. The real position is that one is part and parcel. It is recommended here that one remain in the position of actual self-realization. In Bhagavad Gita, this understanding is defined as Brahman realization. Daivi Prakriti. After Brahman realization, one can engage in activities of Brahman. As long as one is not self-realized, he engages in activity based on false identification with the body. When one is situated in his real self, then the activities of Brahman realization begin. The Mayavadi philosophers say that after Brahman realization, all activities stop, but that is not actually so. If the soul is so active in its abnormal condition, existing under the covering of matter, how can one deny its activity when free? An example may be cited here. If a man is diseased, if a man in a diseased condition is very active, how can one imagine that when he is free from the disease, he will be inactive? Naturally, the conclusion is that one is free from all disease, his activities are pure. It may be said that the activities of Brahman realization are different from those of conditional life, but that does not stop activity. This is indicated in Bhagavad Gita, Daivi Esha Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. After one realizes oneself to be Brahman, devotional service begins. Mad Bhaktas Lapate Param. After Brahman realization, one can engage in devotional service of the Lord. Therefore, devotional service of the Lord is activity in Brahman realization. For those who engage in devotional service, there's no spell of Maya, and their situation is all perfect. The duty of the living entity as a part and parcel of the whole is to render devotional service to the whole. That is the ultimate perfection of life. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the third canto, 28th chapter of the Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Lord Kapila's Instruction on the Execution of Devotional Service. Daivi Esha Gunamayi Mama Mayaduratyaya Mami Vaye Prapatyante Mayami Tantalantite. This material energy is very difficult to overcome. But if one has taken shelter of me, it will be possible. This verse of Srila Prabhupada's explanation is the crux of the Vedic philosophy. and of the attitude of bhakti. Because only in bhakti can we have a little claim for that divine protection. As long as we are totally in Maya and not surrendered to Krishna, and we just do what our mind tells us, all nonsense, all enjoyment, you know, the material world has 4 stupid enjoyments. Eating meat, having sex without wanting to have children, gambling to get rich quickly, more or less cheating, and intoxication. Most stupid thing, taking some drugs, you get some nervous kind of experiences, but there's nothing for elevation. So Daivi Esha Gunamayi, the Daivi Prakriti is very difficult to overcome. And that is, these 4 things are enticing. Of course, there's others, name, fame, glory, there's many other motivations in the material world, but the topmost Maya is to think that I'm the Supreme. And I am the Supreme idea. This is propagated by the impersonalists. They say we are all part of Brahman. Yes, no doubt. It is confirmed in the Vedas not 5 times, not 10 times. Thousands of times it is confirmed that we belong to Brahma. Atato Brahma Jigyasa. The Upanishads declare it again and again. You are Brahman, you are Brahman, you are Brahman, you are Brahman. You are not Argentine, you are not Colombian, you are not Mexican, you are not male, you are not female, you are Brahman. You are not rich, you are not poor, you are Brahman. You are not male, you are not female, you are Brahman. It's repeated again, Brahman, 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 Brahman. Sarvo Kalvedam Brahma. It's just a repetition, you could say. The Vedas have said it so many times that I'm Brahman. So then the question is, what does it mean to be Brahman? What is the secret behind being Brahman? Some people say you become the Supreme and you become inactive. That is very, very speculative. Now, Brahman is an impersonal energy. Krishna says, I am the origin, the source of this Brahman energy. Brahmano hi apratishtaham amrita vyavayasyacha. Not only that, Krishna says this Brahman is the fountain of some very supreme pleasure. Like being spiritual identity is great. It's not bad news. Oh, I'm Brahman. I wanted to enjoy this body. Now they tell me, oh, I'm Brahman. I have to be Brahman. Nah, not like that. Brahman is Brahman. Scriptures say that the Supreme Lord is known in 3 features: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So he has 3 features. The Brahman is the energy field, all-pervading, omnipresent energy field. Paramatma is the omnipresent awareness of each and every one of us. Just by that, all this foolish impersonal Brahman theory can be defeated. Because Paramatma is omniconscious, and you're not even conscious what's going on in your own body. Your hair is growing, but you don't know how. Your food is growing, you're breathing at night automatically, you don't know how. But if you stop breathing, you die. So something has made you, configured you in such a perfect way that you function, you work. But do you know me? Do I know you? What you think? No idea. Maybe you tell me something about yourself, but otherwise I have no idea. What is your future? What is your hope? Now the Brahman idea means that we belong to the Supreme, but we are not the Supreme. So if we are not the Supreme, then what is our relationship? And Kapila says it, devotional service. You got to do something great. You got to do something great. Prabhupada met his Gurudev. Gurudev said, nobody's preaching in English language. You know English. You were educated in Scottish Church College. Now you go and preach Mahaprabhu's message to the English speaking. Prabhupada got his message, his service, on the first meeting of his Guru. When I met Prabhupada the first time in Paris, in a very small room, more or less from here to that wall, Prabhupada was sitting on the asana and the room was full. And I could just squeeze in. He looked at me and he said, you utilize your life to give what I give to you to other people. He gave me a life assignment. The first time I saw him, I mean not the first time I saw him like face to face. I saw him in the airport before when he arrived with hundreds of devotees. But that was like, and of course he said that to me, he looked at me, but he also said it to everybody else in the room. I don't say that it was an order only given to me, but I took it to heart. Yes, spend your life to give to others what my Guru gives to me, because my Guru gave something very good. Do service, not just be Brahman, inactive. Try to become God. Unfortunately, the impersonalists, like talk people like Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, Sai Baba, and so many names there are, they basically say, we are all Brahman, we are all God. And that's it. They stop there. They don't give, then they say, oh, maybe you're Shiva, maybe you're this, you're that. But they are not giving any information about Bhagavan and about Nitya Seva, eternal service. Eternal service means eternal identity. Let's put it this way. If I know you, if I love you, do I want to be with you only this lifetime? No. That's why when somebody dies, we go, oh, I'm losing this person I want to serve. Some people aspire. After I die. There was this famous movie, very highly recommended. It was Let Dreams Come True. Did you see that? Robin Williams. Write it down. You love that movie. It's one of the best Hollywood movies made. So the guy died. No, his wife first died. And then his children died. And then when he died, he wanted to go where they were. So that describes him going to the astral worlds and to the tapatalas and looking for them. It's a very amazing movie. So I want to be with the people I love. I know Madhava. If his parents one day are gone, he's going to wonder, where are they? I want to be with them. Because they're wonderful parents. Huh? Even I'm a sannyasi. But I want to know where my mother is going. I love her very much. She was a wonderful mother. I just spoke with my sister the other day, how wonderful our mother was. So I was lucky before she left the world, she took initiation and became Vrindavan Vilasini. And I asked her, what do you wish? What is your desire? It was maybe 10 days before her departure. She said, I want to go and make music for Krishna. I say, wow, that's a gopi desire, right? And then she said, what do I have to do to be able to do that? I said, you have to take initiation quickly. So then she took initiation. So in that sense, I feel very safe about my mother. This is my personal history. But I'm just saying, like, if you really love somebody, you want to be with them and you want to have a positive relationship, means serving. So Prabhupada got a service, he gave me a service. Anybody who comes to me, I try to give them a service for Krishna. I don't even know what. I know the highest service is preaching. That's why I told you, what? You're living on a platform, and now I find out you cannot even have a telephone? That means the only hope you have and the people there is the Harikatha, which comes from Prabhupada, descends through your ear into your heart, produces the desire of seva, of talking about Krishna. You sit them down and do some yoga exercise. Now listen to Bhagavad Gita. And maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 become devotees. They may become contacts for life. My contact with Prabhupada is from 71. Personal meeting 72. And has lasted until today. And when I leave this body, I want to go where Prabhupada is, or at least where he wants me to be. If I can go where he wants me to be, that's good enough for me. But if I can be with him, I don't know, because Prabhupada is preaching all day, and I'm also preaching all day. So maybe he wants me to preach here and he preaches there. Everybody, so it is not so sure how Krishna will configure all that. And last but not least, he has billions or trillions of devotees. But there's also trillions of ignorant people in the world who still think I'm God. Who still think I need to get intoxicated to be happy. Who still want to have sex, even though if a child comes, they don't want to know anything about it. They go for abortion, go for anti-conception, or abandon the child to its own destiny. Okay, I got a child, but I don't know where it is. Now you got a good package of karma there. So illicit sex apparently may be enticing, but the reality of it is black. It's black. As wonderful as it is to have a family and children and you bring them up nicely, as wonderful it is, as horrible it is to have children and not look after them or have them killed. And this killing children business is today everyday business. In India, they even give it an official name. MTP, medical termination of pregnancy. For them it's like, it's not illegal. Big mistake they made. Big mistake they made in the Indian legislation. And that was in the Congress time.
Was a new law.
It's a law they made. It's legal in India. Medical termination of pregnancy. We made a whole lot of posters about it for Kumbh Mela. MTP. It's horrible. Even now it has not been changed. So the killing children business, how can you aspire for self-realization if for the sake of pleasure in your genital, you are ready to kill a child? Your child, not any child. Your own child coming karmically through you into this world, but you decide, sorry, no time for you. So the material pleasure is not really a good idea. When Prabhupada gave us the 4 regulative principles, he was very protective. He was very, very clear and kind. He called it the regulative principles of freedom, to make you free from those activities which will hold you back from Brahman realization. You cannot get Brahman realization intoxicated, or eating meat, or cheating others, or having illicit sex. You cannot. It's too much of a contradiction. So if you want to become God, that is even a higher satisfaction. I'm frustrated with drugs. I'm frustrated with illicit sex. I'm frustrated with gambling. I'm frustrated with meat eating. Now I want to become God. Where did you get that idea from? Yes, from the impersonalist preaching. Sri Chinmoy was one of the famous New Age gurus. He put a poster up in Germany. Krishna became God by meditation. Jesus became God by meditation. Sri Chinmoy became God by meditation. Now you can also become God by meditation. Come to my meditation class. That's how they said it. Straight out, you can become God. Because we get the idea, we are godly because we belong to the God's all-surrounding energy, Brahman. So you can say, yeah, I'm godly, and that is not wrong. But if you take away the Li, then you're in trouble. Saying, I'm God. So here, Srila Prabhupada is so clear about devotional service. That we can only engage in devotional service when we understand I'm Brahman. At least theoretically, you have to understand this. I am Brahman. And Brahman means serving Brahman. Param Brahman, you can call him. Paramatma, Param Brahma, Supreme Brahman, is manifested as a little baby in Vrindavan. Can you believe it? Banki Bihari, Radha Vallabha, Radha Braja Mohan, little baby deities, Gopal Ji in Govardhan, Srinath Ji, all these manifestations of the Supreme Lord as a little baby in the house of Mother Yashoda, playing with the Gopas and the Gopis, then inviting everybody for Rasa dance, and then finally he says, bye-bye Vrindavan. I'm going to kill the demon in Mathura. That was the end of this Leela. But this Leela is not ended, you know, we are celebrating it right now. In Ashtakalya Leela, the devotee meditates the whole day. What is Krishna doing at 8, at 9, at 10, at 11, at 12? What is Krishna doing all the day? It's the Ashtakalya Leela. Krishna meditates. Ramji is not here? Ramji is here? So, this is the biggest of all illusions in this world. That we can be Brahman, supreme, independent. And that is not appreciated. Just like a father will not appreciate it when his son will say, Father, don't tell me anything, I'm you. What do you mean you're me? Well, I made of you by you, so I'm you, so don't give me trouble. Huh? So no father would be happy with this. And it's not true. It's not natural. So the Supreme Lord is, and Krishna says it again and again and again and again and again. Sarvasya chaham vride sanivishtu matasmiti jnanam apoanam cha. I am in the heart of everyone. Yoginam api savisham adgaten antaratmana. The highest of all yogis is the one who is engaging in my service. If you want to understand something about me, only by devotion. I mean, Krishna says it again and again and again and again, but some people, they go, I'm God, I don't want to serve. So this is the biggest ego trick of wanting to become God. And if you want to become God, you definitely stay in the material world. Because here in the material world, everybody kind of wants to become the boss. Everybody wants to be supreme. And nobody tell me anything. I am now in charge. The philosophy is not difficult to understand, you know. But you have to have the attitude, say, yes, I want to know. I want to know who am I before God. You are His servant. And you are His loving servant. Wow. You should be His unconditionally loving devotional servant. Wow, that sounds beautiful. Yes, it's beautiful. But you have to take it to heart. Devotion is coming in your heart. Devotion is not imposed. Krishna will not impose Himself. Krishna will say, if you want to serve me, then serve my devotees. If you want to serve me, serve humanity. Then it's becoming the question of, are you humble enough to do that service? Not to say, oh, God and me, so God wants me to be with Him. Okay, I'm ready, call me. No, He says, I want you to become the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. What, you mean? I'm not number one? No, you're not number one. Number two? No, you're not number two. Okay, number three. No, you're not number three either. At least there is 108 gopis first. Then there's the 6 Goswamis. Then there's the Guru Parampara. Then there's all the Parshadas of Krishna. Then there's all the preachers who preaching God's glory. And then maybe comes you. Okay? You have a whole lot of people to serve. And you have to love it to serve them. If you don't serve them lovingly, devotionally, unconditionally, real devotional service is Savai Pung Sang Parodamor Yator Bhakti Adokshaye Ahai Tuki Aprati Hata Yayatma Suprasidati. Ahai Tuki Aprati Hata. Real devotional service has to be unconditioned and uninterrupted. Uh-oh. Okay, now it's getting serious. Uninterrupted and unmotivated, my self-serving in what faculty? What service Krishna has for me? I mean, that question, each and every one has to ask himself. Tyagi Maharaj has to ask, Krishna, what do you want me to do? I'm still a young man. I can still do a lot of things. So what is it what you want me to do? Do you want me to preach on YouTube? Do you want me to get some service for Vrindavan Dham going to make this place? I'm very happy you visited all these places and you confirmed what I always saw when I went to these places. They're dirty, they're neglected, and there is only 50 or 100 places. So 50 or 100 places means 50 or 100 people employed, one person is enough for most of these places. 50 or 100 people employed, and they could all be perfectly clean, the garbage in one place with nice, and you would feel wow, because the places are beautiful. Belwan, what a temple on the Yamuna. Vangsivat. Oh, Bandiravan, what a place. Did you go into the forest where the sadhus live in the huts? You didn't go there, no?
In Vanchivat?
In Vangsivat.
Yes, but not in.
No, in Bandiravan.
No.
There's many, you have to go into the forest, and there's one sadhu living here, one sadhu living there. They're living in caves. Very beautiful. So, I take you. If you want, we'll go there today. Because I want to take Bandiravan there. Because it's his name. So these places are beautiful, pristine. Bandiravan is full of peacocks. And like in the old Vrindavan days, all of Vrindavan was full. But Vrindavan, like these places, the only thing they need is to be perfectly clean. If they would be clean, and like the best thing you can find in Braj is Prabhupada consciousness. And Prabhupada consciousness means singing, dancing, delicious prasadam, and very friendly Vaishnavas. That's what you meet when you're devotees. You meet people you start loving immediately because they're so friendly, and they deal with you immediately on the soul level. They're not dealing with you because you're tall, small, this, no. Number two, as rich prasadam. Always where devotees are there, come on, now is prasadam. Then there is singing. Then let's have a kirtan, let's have a bhajan. Oh yes, let's sing, let's sing. When we go on Braj Mandal Parikrama, we go to all the places. At some time when I had a big group, even from 25 up, we came to a place, we said, don't listen to about this place. First clean up. Sometimes, like in Mansarova, we took an entire trailer, a tractor trailer, packed with the garbage we picked up in that small place. That means when the people go there, the bandaras, they just throw the stuff, and the plates, even some they throw in the lake. Can you imagine the holy lake? I'm going to Mansarova, I'm going to Mansarova. Prasadam, throw the plate in Mansarova. So we put signs all over. Don't do this, don't do this. But it's not enough. You have to have a permanent employee there. Like a guard, like a watch guard. You go to big temples, they don't have one guard. They have 10 guards, 15 guards. ISKCON, Prem Mandir. How many guards they have to make think it's orderly, no problem. But for all these places, we don't have some system and guard. So, to me, this is one service I like to do before I leave this world. And if somebody wants to feel inspired, yes, why not? Last not least, Braj Mandal is the land of Krishna. It is the Chorasi Kosh. It is, the whole world is Krishna. When I speak about temples in South America, they also have to be clean. And when we are going to have a program, there has to be nice kirtan. There has to be very friendly devotees. There has to be very delicious prasad. And there has to be an invitation to do seva. That is the great thing about devotional service, that you are included. You're not the client. Okay, you came here, you pay something, now you can go. No, this is not family. Family is you can never go. Oh, you have to go? Okay, but take in your heart everything we do here. Make it part of you. Then where you go, you also will be happy. I know Sri Govinda is going to go after some time. But I hope she can take Vrinda Kunja and the whole spirit in her heart. Wherever she goes, she'll make little Vrindavan. That's the only hope. What Yudhishthira is going to do in Mexico? Just sitting in a factory and making frames? That's not enough. Not after being 6 months or more in Vrindavan with the spiritual master and with Madhava and beautifying Vrinda Kunja. So it's like this. Krishna consciousness is you attach. You really attach. One soul gets attached to the other. You're attached to Arjuna, you're attached to Yudhishthira, you're attached to Bhishma, you're attached to Mahaprabhu, you're attached to Nityananda. This is all kind of attachments. But these attachments are not like glue. No. These attachments, they penetrate you into your activities. Now what you do here and there comes from that attachment. So we were attached to Srila Prabhupada. The other day there were 50-year celebration of Krishna Balaram Mandir. 80 disciples of Srila Prabhupada was there. They could come here. There are still many, many more disciples of Prabhupada alive, but they are all getting very old. And you can see them all gray hair, all the disciples of Prabhupada. But they're still preaching. And they still have the contagious effect upon others that they should also do something for Krishna. So, the Krishna conscious movement is a living thing. It's dynamic, it's living. It is called, there's a special way to express it. It's called, I try to remember. The dynamic function of the soul is to act in devotion. And selfless devotion is the greatest satisfaction for the soul. When you have selfless devotion, then your heart is dancing. Oh, I'm doing this because I love to do it. I'm doing this because Prabhupada wants me to do that. This is the spiritual world is full of service and exciting service, because you know Krishna always wants to meet Radharani and there's obstacles. And the devotees have to help to overcome those obstacles. That's what the Priyanama Shakas do, the confidential servants. That is what Vrinda Devi does, our supreme guardian, Vrinda Devi. That is what Lalita Vishaka do. Hey, Radharani, Krishna is going to be in half an hour over there under the tamal tree. Really? Okay, you go there and you go there so that nobody will come and surprise us. And then Radharani goes and meet Krishna. And then all of a sudden Vishaka comes, somebody's coming, somebody's coming. So the devotees are always engaged in making Radha and Krishna meet. Positive and progressive immortality. That was what I was trying to find in my memory, and I had to go a little deeper. Then I found it. Positive, progressive immortality. What does it mean? It's eternal and it's always increasing. It's always positive. Imagine negative, progressive, eternity. That's hell. That's hell. That's the material world. If you desire to be in the material world, you are desiring for more time in the suffering condition. So that's why Krishna comes, come to the positive, progressive immortality. And Krishna is described. Krishna is described as the wonderful wonder of all wonders. The beautiful beauty of all beauties. The sweetest of all sweetnesses. Krishna is the superlative of everything. Of everything you may think. Like in this material world, when you fall in love with somebody, in a moment you think, oh, I found the person who's really going to make me happy. Falling in love has this kind of illusion. And you really think, yes, she loves me. You know the game with the flower. She loves me not, she loves me not. No. Let me find out if she really loves me. But the unfortunate thing is that love is not the transcendental love your heart looks for. Therefore, even though you may love your wife, you may be lucky to love your wife, and she may be lucky to love you. But how much does she love you? How happy are you about seeing her? Generally, it's not much. Generally, after a short while, there's more fighting than loving relationship. And then it's not anymore so this. But our heart is searching for the real love, for the transcendental love and for the transcendental service. Hey Govinda, hey Gopal, Keshava Madhava Dina Daya. And I don't know. We are coming here from far away. Actually, we don't belong here. Yes, we belong to Krishna. But if I'm born in this country or that country, I'm supposed to help the people there. I'm supposed to preach in Argentina, in Colombia, in Costa Rica. But maybe Krishna calls me here because I have some service to do here. So if we are here, we are really trying to figure out what service we have to do here. Or we have to maintain a beautiful temple so that when the devotees come from South America, they will be feeling so happy. Oh, we have a home in Vrindavan. We can associate, we can chant, we can dance. It's so wonderful. Huh? That's enough reason to keep it. Enough reason to keep a temple so that the devotees who are doing service for Krishna so long time, finally they come to Vrindavan, they can meet Bhakti, and Bhakti is going to say, wow, let's go to Radha Kunda. Wow, incredible, you have come. And of course, when you go back, you take bags full of deity clothes and crowns and deities. Half of Loi Bazaar you take back to your country so that all of the people in your country can see the beauty of Krishna Puja, Krishna Seva, all the pictures, all the deities. and then you make another temple of Jagannath in somebody's house, and then the Krishna consciousness is expanding where you are. So this is our number one service, to be here for the devotees who come here from far. Number two is to do some service for Vrindavan. Because we don't want to make more big buildings here. I mean, if really one person comes from South America and he brings 200 people, let's say, 200 people don't fit into Vindakunja. So many guest houses around here. We just rent the guest houses and we do the programs here. We can have programs here with 200 people, no problem. So, in other words, we are not eager to build big buildings. And we don't have place for it either, because we don't. My first promise when I entered Vindakunja, I will not build any building here. This will remain Radha Brajamot Mohan's beautiful Rasa Leela garden. And we kept it. We did construct the guest house in the back side because that was just the back lot. That was not. It's more nice now than it was before. But no touch. So, devotional service is active, practical. It's a task. And anytime you chant, anytime you dance, is a task. I recommend to you, my dear, I don't know how musical you are, but you buy a harmonium and you learn how to play beautiful bhajans. Then you play the bhajan, everybody come to join the bhajan, and you take at least 5 pairs of kartals and the midanga. Then you can have a full kirtan there. Midanga, kartal, harmonium, bhajan. It will become the greatest relief. Because these poor people, they are staying there for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months without leaving. 3 months without leaving on a piece of iron in the ocean. Your kirtan will save them. And they'll all become devotees. And when they finally go to the land, where they will go to Vrindavan. Because they have heard so much about Vrindavan. And I also recommend to you to get the recordings of Radha Krishna Leela movie. Because you cannot get TV there, no?
We have
TV signal,
satellites, yes.
hotline, there's one, Hotstar.
Hotstar, we don't.
No, this Hotstar, this Radha Krishna and Ramayana movies, they are so devotional, they touch the hearts. People start crying when they see them. So this is also very good, to give some more devotion. But the main thing comes from your mouth. What did Prabhupada do? And not only this, he showed you what Prabhupada did outside of India. Because you're meeting here the people from outside of India who became affected by Prabhupada and inviting us to Vrindavan. And when you read the Srimad Bhagavatam, you will be fully satisfied, because Prabhupada's teachings, just like this morning, the verse you choose is very clear. It's all about devotional service. The title is Kapila Muni's teaching to his mother about devotional service. Devotional service means activity. Go, do something. Go, do something. Devotional service. Don't be lazy. Haribol. Oh, Hare Krishna. Don't be lazy. Don't be indifferent. Indifference is Mayavad. The world is crazy. No, the world is not crazy. We are crazy for being in this world. The world is created by desire. Ichha dvesha samutena dvantva mohena bharata. Bring the chair here. So, we are in the world of desire and envy. We have so much problems because we have produced those. We have projected those problems. Like this saying goes, everyone is the creator of his own fortune. You create your own fortune and your own misfortune also. So create only fortune by chanting Hare Krishna. My Lord, engage me in your service, please. I don't know what's your plan for me, but I know your plan for me is big. Because you love me. I'm your little son, your little daughter. You love me. Because every father loves his children. How Krishna cannot love his children? Harmonium, Mridanga, 5 kartals. They will be so surprised. You said, come on, let's meditate. Here, take this kartal. I don't know. You learn, you become musicians. Krishna musicians is so much. India is the land of Krishna music. Her father is from America, but he is one of the greatest kirtaniyas in the world. Prabhupada disciple. And his kirtan everybody listens to. Now he's an old man like me, but everybody asks him, come, sing some kirtan here. Just by kirtan, he became world famous. Can you believe it? But really the Prabhupada touch is the one and all. Once I met one Kirtaniya, Jalota, Anup Jalota. So he came to Vrindavan and he made a concert. And he was playing. First he was playing some general songs about surrender, then about the Guru, then about Rama, finally about Krishna. The whole program he gave was preaching through songs. Really nice. So after his kirtan, I went to him. I said, that was pretty wonderful the way you put the philosophy and everything. He said, all this I learned from Srila Prabhupada. Without Srila Prabhupada, I would not know anything how to present. Because it's a science. You have to know about surrender. You have to know about the humbleness of a Vaishnava. Therefore, the songbooks, you have to have the devotional songbooks. The devotional songbooks, they give all the beautiful details of Vaishnava. By reading the devotional songbooks, you understand the devotional philosophy. The songs are clear. Bhakti Vinod Thakur and Narottam Das Thakur. Very, very important. Because by the will of Krishna, the only hope is a temple in spirit on the metal island in the ocean. How many people work there?
200.
Big temple. And they have nothing else to do. So it's a very nice. Very nice. Krishna will bless you like anything. Huh?
In the middle of the causal ocean of
In the whole causal ocean. Okay, that is what I wanted to say today for this devotional service. Devotional service means love in action. What is love without action? Therefore, those impersonalists, they speak about divine love, but there's no action. How can there be love without action? Then some of the impersonalists, they also have deities. Then you ask them, why you worship deities if that is not? They say, no, this is only for the beginners. For the beginners to engage their mind. But when you become higher, then you forget about this and you just meditate on Brahman. And then, from love in action to love in inaction, this is speculation. That's not what Kapila Muni explained to his mother. Very clearly, to overcome the material energy, only possible if we engage according to the guidance of the Srila Prabhupada and do devotional activities. There are many devotional activities. Who knows what? Who knows what is the next devotional activity? I mean, Yadita Kitahi Kaha Krishna Upadesh Amara Agyana Hana Tanadesh, that tell everybody about Krishna and make them a devotee. You cannot make them a devotee, only Krishna can make them a devotee. But you can deliver all the information that they may become a devotee if they start chanting Hare Krishna. So you have to take japas. You have to take at least 10 japas. Then you ask the people, you want to meditate with me? You give each one a japa and then you also chant a round together. 1 round or 4 rounds. Hare Krishna. If they do that, their mind, everything changes. You start chanting japa or everything changes. That's why we run around with our japa. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the songbook, then you will read what are the 10 offenses to avoid, to be successful in chanting Hare Krishna. You know the 10 offenses? Baiba, you know? No. So, buy the songbook today. The 10 offenses are also in the songbook. Everything is there. All you need. All you need is love, love, love. Krishna love forever. Any question? Okay. Okay. Back in Vrindavan. Where did you sleep? Here? Radhe, 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 Radhe. Radhe, 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 Radhe. Shishi Guru Guranga Radha Braja Mohan Ki Jai. Radhe, 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 Radhe Sham. Radhe, 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 Radhe 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 Sham. Radhe 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 Sham.
Radhe Radhe Shyam.
Radhe 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 Sham.
Radha Radha Radhe 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 Shyam.
Govindam Adipurusham.
Govinda Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindam Adipurusham Tammam Bhajami.
Govinda
Para Paramakrishna Satchitananda Vijam Anadi Adi Govindam Sarvakarana Karanam Para Paramakrishna Satchitananda Vijam Anadi Adi Govindam Sarvakarana Karanam. जगन्नाथ स्वामी बाल बलराम जी की जय, सिंह सिंह भगवान की जय, श्री गोवर्धन की जय। We were missing you.
Yesterday I was there. You didn't call me in the morning. So
What you mean yesterday?
yeah, in the sense
Yes.
I was at Yamuna
Right?
Kunj. Yamuna Kunj.
What time?
11.